sweating away.
You'll be smacking. It's just the pole thing that turns it.
Where did it go?
Outside.
Right.
Yeah. You asked Sam to do something with something you gave a shit about.
Okay, now you've broken the window as well.
I'm gonna go and get the bit of.
You get the bit of window you threw out of the window.
See, that's your issue. You asked Sam to do something with something you gave a monkeys about.
Yeah.
Without making sure he knew how to do it.
Yeah. Right, I've got fucking for the rest of
Seriously though, what is this fucking hair oil?
You know when you...
Luminous oil.
You know when you...
And then it says glow.
Yeah.
And then it says precious oil.
Let me finish. You know when you wash... You shampoo and condition your hair... You're laughing at... When you shampoo and condition your hair...
I don't condition my hair, man.
Well, I shampoo it twice.
You shampoo it twice?
Yeah, because the second time gets rid of the grease from the ends and stuff that the first time didn't get out. The first time got everything from the top of my head to the ends of my hair. The second time just gets it out. And then I condition my hair.
Right.
Just to get in everywhere.
Right.
Then I wash that out. Then I condition it again properly, but I leave the conditioning for about 20 minutes the second time round.
What, the conditioner?
Yeah.
So you sit
I'm
around...
back.
Yeah, we heard.
Yes.
You basically sit around with conditioner in your hair?
Yeah.
Do you rub precious oil in your nips or something while you wait?
I might go for a quick turd.
That's about the manliest thing you could do at this stage, isn't
Well,
it?
From
Yeah,
a
pretty
twin
much.
tank.
Yeah.
Seriously though, I mean, how much did this tiny little bottle cost?
Picking anything up. There we go.
So,
Budging.
so
Do we need to?
It'll be on. I'll just cut it all together.
Oh,
right, are you gonna be right? Anyway, before we go on to the main podcast business, right, this is a 75ml bottle, right? So, a man of your stature, how much of this do you use in your hair?
You use about when you squirt it into your hand, you make like a penny size.
So what, a teaspoon?
Half a teaspoon.
Right, that's
how much do you think it cost?
so that's 15. So that's 30 uses.
Pretty much, yeah.
How often do you wash your hair?
At the minute, because it's just been dyed, I have to wash it once a week.
Mind you, I suppose if you're sitting around with conditioner in your hair for that fucking long, well, I suppose this would last you pretty much nearly a year. Then that's not too bad. But seriously,
How much do you think it cost?
I told you the exact figure I paid for it.
well, because it looks like it belongs in the ladies' aisle, it could cost anything. Because
Well, I bought it from the hair salon.
Salon. You don't go to a barber's, you go to a salon.
I did go to a salon, and I paid top dollar. I paid top dollar to look this pretty. That's
yeah, do you use like men's moisturiser and stuff other than for sexual gratification?
no.
Men's moisturiser. You mean mislabeled women's moisturiser?
Yeah, they've just put it into a bottle they think men will buy.
Yeah. It is black just for men.
The only way they can make that bottle more manly is to have like a picture of a horse on it or something.
Face.
Anyway, but yeah, I think it was £13.99.
Fucking
how much
hell,
I paid for it.
For how much?
Oh my
75 mil.
Yeah, 75ml. What are you laughing at though?
That is not some good value.
I'll tell you what. After you condition it and you washed it and you dry it,
Never mind
you put a little
Rapunzel,
bit,
it's
on your
alright, don't
hair.
get too
It's really
sensitive.
nice. It's really nice.
What, you saying I should just like, I don't know, chuck some cooking oil on my head?
Yeah, Sam has to go cheap, so he'll use some olive oil on his
Yeah,
beard
I have to
or
redneck
something.
this.
Yeah.
Are we going to
Sounds
start referring
legit
to you
to
as
me.
Rapunzel now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's the...
I'm
what
just
is it?
gonna- I'm just gonna
Is it
ignore you now.
metrosexual? Is that the right term?
That is the right term.
Yeah, that's a bit metrosexual, dude.
Gosh, no.
I can't talk looking at graphics cards.
Busy buying expensive stuff online.
Did you not want to do that before we started recording?
No.
All right.
You were just saving it so that you can
I'm
ignore
saving it
us
so
a
I
bit.
don't have to deal with this how do you take care of yourself conversation we're having right now.
Is that how you're trying to exclude the fact that you're a big Nancy?
You were saving that phrase throughout the whole of it, weren't you? Just drop it in right at the end.
Yeah, you great Jesse.
Read the fucking intro.
Am I going to have to buy you a pretty dress for your birthday? Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Hey, if a guy wants to wear a dress, no problem. You know, if he's got like gender shit going down, that's fine too. This is Dwight.
Yeah, so we're going to take the piss.
Yeah, exactly. In the only way friends can.
Yeah.
And get away with.
What, constantly?
Yeah. Until it's gone beyond funny.
Yeah. That might have been the start of this podcast.
What, until it's gone beyond funny?
Yes.
What, is that going to be the title on YouTube?
Beyond funny.
So how's that lacy thong doing for you?
Oh.
Too far.
Yeah.
Intro.
Just a tiny bit too far, yeah.
Intro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So you're fantasising about
yeah, you
Dwight wearing a thong?
Yeah.
this
Fair enough. Whatever floats your boat.
Yeah.
Sam Auto.
What?
I'm watching the fucking. What is it called? Yeah. I've been getting enough.
Are you going to open that in a new window, do you? Because you don't want to lose your precious graphics card purchase.
What the fuck is this?
Gaki files.
Gaki no Tsukai.
Someone just lit a fart on that.
I believe so, yeah. The gif is the guy getting his arse burnt.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Is this just like Japanese Jackass?
Is this what you watch
Pretty-
whilst
pretty
you're
much.
letting the conditioner soak into your scalp?
Anyway,
Is that how you pass the time?
hello, this is Game Sandwich. This is podcast number 2.
Sponsored by crazy ass hair gack that stupid men put in their hair and sit around on their asses in the bathroom for 20 minutes.
You were going to say the brand name and then you're like, I can't pronounce that, weren't you?
No, I can speak English. I don't want to though, because I don't want to associate myself with it.
Today's me, Dwight, Sam, and Simon.
Thanks, son.
Indeed. Right.
So am I coming second in that burping competition?
Hold up
then?
there. Hold up there. You need to calm yourself down.
Oh, alright, sugar tits, what are you looking at now?
The intro music. I forgot the name. It is
Little round of applause there.
Pixel Hero by Orchestra.
Right.
No, it's not.
Is it not?
It's not.
It's not. Did you get the wrong fucking sound? Wrong sound, wrong...
I forgot. I can't find it.
Oh my god.
So, when we said, oh yeah, we need to kind of like make the intro a bit more, you know,
It
professional
is.
and
I'll tell
shit.
you what, I'll do it again.
You're actually talking more this time, not like the last one.
No,
It's
you're not...
baby steps.
You're not doing it again, and you're not editing this out. We need a permanent record on the internet of your failure to prepare.
You know what I say?
Bad fail.
Piss poor preparation makes for piss poor performance.
Talking of piss poor performance, I could have got fucking fine which one it is.
Is that because we've distracted you with hair products?
Yeah.
So you mentioned hair products, I know, and he's all like, squirrel! No.
It is. It's Pixel Hero in Orchestral Trouble. That's what it's called.
Right. Now,
With Blake Robinson, the synthetic orchestra.
right, now you don't need to waffle
No, I
about
don't.
it for another 5 minutes like last time.
I don't. It's good. Go check it out. But first off, we're going to talk
Oh,
about...
we're doing like board games and shit first, aren't we?
You can cross off hair oil from your list.
Oh, we can.
by the way.
Yeah, we can cross off hair oil off the shit to talk about today. You want
I think
to
we're
talk
gonna-
X-Wing? You want to talk X-Wing?
Yeah,
The-
I
the
would like to
tabletop
point
game
out we are going to
X-Wing.
bring hair oil back into the conversation
Yeah.
a couple of times.
Yeah, obviously we
don't-
can't.
we don't need to do
We
that.
can't forget about the hair oil here.
All right. So I've been playing X-Wing with a friend. It's been out for ages, but we've only just
The
really
mighty Gale.
yeah, we've only just discovered
He-Man
it.
himself.
More Conan, I'd say.
I don't know. Yeah, a bit of both. Does he still have that? Did you ever see his Conan pants?
No, thankfully.
A while ago, another friend of ours, in fact, made him some like armoured leather pants and a little headdress so that he could look more like Conan.
Well, anyway, back to X-Wing.
Yeah.
I forgot who Conan was for a second until I remembered.
That you
You
have indeed handed your
yeah.
testicles in at the door, haven't you?
It slipped out of my brain with that hair oil. It's
Yeah.
That's right.
What, did you massage all of the man out for your scalp?
Like, direct to reception. You've forgotten to hand in your testicles. So anyway, X-Wing.
X-Wing.
Yeah, it's been out for ages, but
It's
we
this board game.
kind of. So
Tabletop game, like tabletop like miniatures game.
yeah, so think of all the really cool ass ships in Star Wars, right?
Mm.
And then all the other cool ships in the expanded universe from the books and like cartoons and stuff like that. Make resin models out of them and then turn it into a tabletop game, and it's pretty fucking cool.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
Does
so I've
sound
been
good.
playing as the Rebels, and Gil's been playing as the Imperials.
The correct side. Until they release pirates and other.
They've already got pirates and shit, dude.
Which side is it? Or is it both?
Well, the Slave One, that's always on the Imperial side, but you
Which
can
I
get
think is a bit dumb.
yeah.
Well, the fact he works for whoever's paying him. It's not. He doesn't just work for the Empire. They've just got the deepest pockets.
But the Falcon, that's the YT. Is it 100 or 300? I can't remember.
I don't know.
But you can get a smuggler
Yeah.
pilot for that. But yeah, we've been playing that for ages.
The Brolenium Falcon.
Who's we,
Yeah.
by the way? Because I sat in on one game.
Mostly him and Gil.
Yeah.
I haven't actually played any yet. I really want to, but I've just
Yeah.
whenever they've been playing it, I've had other shit on.
Mainly hangovers.
Mostly hangovers. Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, you've got to be. The ship's really fragile, and your triangle fingers might.
Fuck off, triangle fingers.
That's why. That's why Dwight asks you over, so you can massage his scalp. Or him.
And break his window.
Yeah.
Did you fix that, by the way?
No, I was going to stay there until this is over. Then I'm
Okay.
gonna punch you.
So yeah, we've been playing that for a while. He keeps beating me because he's got some cheaty TIE fighter pilots, and I'm sticking to the rebels.
And
but-
it's Gil, and
well, no, maybe.
yeah. Seriously, he cheeses out tabletop games so hard. I mean,
Yeah.
Did
he
you
does, actually?
I mean, have you ever seen that man play a game of Warhammer 40,000?
Yes.
Yes, and what was he playing?
Dark Eldar.
Yeah, his fucking Dark Eldar. That he hates Dark Eldar, by the way. He thinks that they're all a bunch of
Yeah, but do you know what? Right.
what's he space as. So he then
No.
went and
Let me-
sculpted a load of models
My point-
of himself.
My point, though, on that, right, is that he went and sculpted a load of fucking models that you couldn't tell what was what.
Yeah.
And you got that sick of asking him what the most dangerous things were and what did what, that you couldn't form a coherent strategy because it was facing a load of badly painted proxy models.
Of himself.
Yeah.
Because there was him with a knife, there was him in some armour, and what was that? Oh, and him with a rifle.
Which
And
game
they-
is this?
This
It's
is
now,
what.
it's now 40k.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Warhammer
Because we were
40,000.
talking about X-Wing, but Sam wants
But
to...
I'm just filling in the internet on
Sam's
how
gone all
much-
hominous
how
on Gil.
how fucking hard it is to play games with Gil because he just finds a way to be awful at it, to be the worst person.
Right, sorry, I'm going to have to call you up on that, because if there's a way to interpret a rule in a game, that is the most dick-ass...
now.
No, that's the most dick-ass way of doing it, right? to just try and drag the game out for as long as possible because you might think it will be funny. That's you, sir.
Yeah.
You do that.
You do that. You are built around that.
That's your entire gaming strategy.
Seriously, you could have interpreted that rule either way in Britannia.
Oh, let's ignore Britannia.
Well, that's where I got this fucking thing from when we started talking about the fucking king vote.
Yeah, you do it in every game. Like, well, let's see. Risk.
I did not at any point.
Fuck off right now, right? Number of times me and Ben were saying to you, right, do this and this, otherwise Gil wins.
That's not rules lawyering, that's just poor tactics.
And you were like, no, I must have Russia. I must
have Russia. I'm going to take Europe. Europe will be mine.
How many games did you win in the risk thing?
Did I even win one?
No. Because the moment you did that 2 games in a row, so I made it my purpose just to make sure you
ruin Europe with your spoiler alert, with your aliens. Fucking Risk Legacy with their fucking aliens.
Yeah. Whatever. Just because I ruined all of Europe, turned it into ruins, and then inhabited all of it.
And then stuck your big fucking alien dick right down the centre of it.
Can you feel it?
I can't feel any of this because I've not played any of these tabletop games with any of you.
That's because you're terrible.
It's because I have a job.
You didn't want to play X-Wing though, going back to
the
original subject.
But I went
talking about X-Wing, weren't we?
I went and
then you bromanced out on Gil.
I don't think calling him an awful person who does things awfully in a tabletop games is bromance.
Because I went and watched Simon and Gil play X-Wing, and it seemed enjoyable, but I hate the fact you have a 3D thing portrayed on a 2D surface. That's not how a 3D thing should be portrayed.
What, like chess?
Yeah, but that's land battle.
Chess is a land strategy game.
Yeah.
Whereas space, there are so many different things to do with physics, conducting yourself in a 3D environment.
Is chess not also meant to, instead of representing a single battle, meant to represent a war?
Pretty much, yeah.
Which is why bishops have so much power, because
well, fair enough.
You're using the clergy and you influence them.
Right, so you want to play right a non-computer version of a dogfight.
That's a
fair point. Ignoring like Star Wars for a minute, because there's the attack wing, which is Star Trek. You've got X-Wing, obviously Star Wars. Both of which use the same game system from Fantasy Flight Games. But there's a dogfight one that uses cards as well.
The only way that X-Wing would have been made better in a way that I want to have played it was if they had little counters like tokens and you put them out in a line next to the model. Because they sit there for a little while.
How high it was.
Yeah, so this is 3 units of height from the board, which is...
That's nice
right. One thing, but there's one thing in the X-Wing game that does piss me off actually, is you use these little rulers to move your ships around and stuff. Now, if your little ruler goes through an obstacle, then it counts as you crashing into it.
Yeah.
Right? But I think that's bullshit because of what you just said. Yeah. It should only be that if you end your movement, so you basically didn't steer hard enough or something. Because obviously you need obstacles to make people actually try hard and stuff, otherwise it's just scenery.
Otherwise you just stand in a line and fire.
So it's like, only if you end your movement on an obstacle do you then have to take some kind of damage roll or do some kind of effect.
Have a game with it as a house rule, see how it plays out.
Yeah, but the thing is, as soon as you go into some of the comic book shops, I mean, the other thing I don't like about X-Wing is, because I love the game, but if I'm honest about it, the fact that sometimes it's down to millimetres, and if you play some people, they can get
beardy wankers in comic book shops. That's not really a problem with the game. That's just a problem with with nerds in general, and I'll hold up my hands and say I'm part of this problem. But
I think I
you do
love
get some people in like Games Workshop stores that are like, oh my god, why did I start playing this game? Why?
yeah, but I love the game X-Wing. I think it's for the amount of fun you can get out of it. The core game's pretty good. Some of the models, the larger models, are a bit expensive. Certainly in the UK, in the US, they look cheap as chips, which just goes to show really.
Well, at least we're not in Australia.
And
No,
I will say now what I said then when we left Gills and goes, what did you think to the game? I thought, with it being a 2D representation, you should have just reskinned it as Mad Max.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
I'm sorry, I've got a boner right now.
It does. You just replace it. You
Is
replace
it the way the light's catching his hair?
Anyway,
Did you just step out of a salon? Were
anyway,
you born with it?
I've got fucking nothing for this.
Yeah, no, right. So earlier you were saying about some other space games that are out there. 'Cause there are a couple I know that you didn't mention. Yeah, screw your train of thought. I'm just crashing into the side of it.
I had like half a sentence more to finish that trailer thought off.
You're not having it. It's mine. I took it.
I'm claiming the rights to that.
It's gonna like
IP
take his
belongs to
ponytail
Dwight.
out, right, and he's gonna start ruffling his hair and turn it into this big manly mane, and the sight of his sheer masculinity will just silence you.
But yeah, I mean, of course, there's the 140,000 one, Battlefleet Gothic.
Oh yeah.
I hear that's pretty good.
Yeah, I would like to try that actually.
So I just got a text while I'm recording.
Also,
tired.
the Babylon 5 one that was out.
Yeah,
a while back.
yeah.
But I again heard
That
it
was
was really
pretty-
good.
It's pretty expensive. I was going to get into that, but then like getting 2 ships was.
Like a million quid.
But the nice thing with X-Wing is like if one, each ship is you get everything with one ship, so
Yeah.
you get all of the cards, all the movement
Yeah.
dials, and everything else that you need.
Mm.
Whereas, so once you've got the core game, you can just add 1 or 2 ships as and when you want to. I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah,
No,
I definitely think it's worth checking out.
I don't know. I'd mainly like to get into the Babylon 5 one so I could put on an absurd military uniform and gel my hair up across my head.
See, I'd get the ball on fleet, right, and then I'd go to
Go get an
Wick.
encounter suit.
I'd go to Wix, right, and airbrush a toilet seat and stick a shower curtain to it and put it on my head so I look like a Vorlon.
Yes.
Dwight hasn't seen Babylon 5, so he doesn't
I have not
understand.
seen Babylon 5. No.
And that is why you fail.
I'm just representing the half of the internet that hasn't seen your obscure show.
Fuck off. This is like if we'd have started talking about Star Wars, you're like, yeah, no one's seen your obscure little space fantasy thing.
I don't even know you anymore.
Anyone that's nerd enough to listen to us is nerd enough to get our Babylon 5 references.
Okay.
Except you.
So all
Right.
all 10 people.
Yeah, all 10 of you.
Actually, that's even being generous. I think the last podcast probably got about 10 people.
All 10 of you are cool, by the way. Cool, awesome, and I'd high five you.
I think one of them's me. It
Okay.
counts me viewing it as a view.
Well,
Good job.
Good job.
right.
Yeah.
Whilst you're paying for that graphics card that I recommended, because I know more about things than you do.
If I can remember my fucking
Alright, okay, are we done talking about X-Wing? Is that conversation mind dry?
Well, let me just finish off. Go check it out. I mean, in the UK, it's 25 quid, which, for most board games and stuff, fairly reasonable. You get 2 TIE fighters and an X-Wing, all the movement things and stuff like that. And then, yeah, if you ever want to play a game with the Millennium Falcon or some of the expanded...
Millennium Falcon.
Yeah. Wave 4's just on the verge of being released in the UK, so
Okay.
you get some pretty cool ships. Wave 5 has been announced on the site, and there's some nice big ships there too. They've just released some epic rules, so you can play... For those who remember the first Star Wars, the proper Star Wars film, with Princess Leia, and
Yeah.
that ship, yeah?
What, the blockade runner?
Yeah, you can play with that.
Oh, I always like the design of that, like maximum engines.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, go check it out.
It's like a muscle car in space, and that makes it cool.
It does. Anyway, I'm going to carry on drinking my beer.
Well done. What else have we got on our little bit of paper? Unless you wanted to talk some more about this, Dwight.
No.
So I'd see you
Obviously,
looking at
I am looking at the website, but I've only seen these guys play one game, and I said, unless you reskin it as Mad Max and just cover the table in sand and then just have a little...
Yeah, it's worth checking out. They've got some RPGs up now for Star Wars.
FantasyFlightGames.com.
Fantasy Flight Games are a good company. I've played quite a lot of stuff by them.
Yeah, the thing that bugged me about Fantasy Flight Games is not their games, because their games are pretty cool, but I went to the UK Games Expo with my girlfriend. One of the reasons why was to go and check out Fantasy Flight Games, because they advertised as, you know, there was all this hoo-ha made about them being there. And they had 2 demo tables, no stall, no shit to buy, no looking at any pre-releases. I mean, like 2 weeks after the UK Games Expo, all the Wave 4 stuff's meant to be coming out. Yeah.
They had dick all. It was
yeah,
shit.
just some demo tables.
Was it better or worse than that fucking Amantic Open Day we went to?
Oh my good night. Seriously, I mean, if anyone from Mantic ever listens to this, so
raise your game, sirs.
I mean, obviously, you know,
Call a bitch out.
Well, I'm calling bitches out on that open day. Seriously, if they were trying to go for like post-apocalyptic Britain look, they managed it. Seriously, it was in like an abandoned community centre.
Right. So basically,
Or
try and stuff a load of sycophantic overweight nerds into a derelict rundown building with a burger van outside, right, where all the electricity is being done by one generator with all the electrical leads being gaffer taped to the wall. Any room you weren't supposed to go into had brown parcel tape over it, trying to prevent you from going in, right? And it was just like, seriously, what the fuck?
Sounds like some things we've done before, though, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, but you haven't charged people entry.
Okay.
And you haven't put it on the website, and you haven't sent a load of fucking emails out, and you
it's
haven't
like
said, yeah...
Mantic are an actual professional miniatures company and shit.
And their miniatures are really nice, and their games are really interesting, and it's just like,
It's
do all
like,
of that work,
how
right,
did
and then
you-
just take a big dump on it.
Well,
Are you going to go look up Mantic now?
I'm not going to... With that sort of...
Well, go on. Go on. Go and look at their website. Look how nice everything looks, and just be like, "Oh, really? These people look like pros."
Mantic
And they are pros. It's quite cool, because
Just apparently not pros at event organisation. They're apparently ass
Well,
hats at
it
that.
depends who's in charge.
Don't hold back, Sam. I mean, for all we know, in fairness, right, let's be fair-minded, they could have had a kick-ass venue, someone let them down at the last minute.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Yeah, we'll just
The shit
fucking
goes
squat
south
this
quickly
building."
sometimes. The Kickstarter, apparently. I'm going to click on that, but while you continue.
Oh, for their terrain stuff. Yeah, that came out with Dread Zone, which I did the Kickstarter for, actually. And you get some really cool stuff in there.
Which I've heard is just alternate company Necromunda.
Yeah, so?
Well, okay, more Necromunda is always good Necromunda. I have a huge lob on for that game.
And can you play Necromunda in the Games Workshop? Are they doing anything with Necromunda?
I actually, it was a couple of years ago now, but I went into the...
Oh, sorry, did I
you
I knock
almost
over your
knocked
oil?
his hair oil onto the phone.
That would have been dangerous for all involved.
Well, you know, when the bottle opens, does a choir of angels suddenly break into song, and this beam of heavenly light shine down upon it? Is it? Do you suddenly go all elven or something? You know, all these harps and lutes start breaking out into, you know, lovely music, so you can massage it into your head. Is it like that fucking advert where all the women start pretending to have an orgasm because they're rubbing some gack into their scalp? Is that what it's like? Is it?
No, you would have just made his phone look fabulous.
So it's fabulizer oil. That's what it is. I wish I had my Sharpie with it. I'd write fabulizer on it now.
Anyway,
Yeah, like I was saying, yeah. And this is when
you've finished your rant.
Do you put it on your beard as well? Do you condition your beard? You do, don't you?
I
Because you haven't
don't- I
answered.
don't
He
condition my
does.
beard.
He does. You fucking liar. You do because you took forever to answer.
Hang on,
You do.
I took forever to answer because my face is in my hands.
Right, I condition my beard, but I've got a lot more beard than him, so...
I shampoo my chest because I've got a shit ton of chest.
You shampoo your chest.
And my armpits. Yeah, I am a very hairy guy. I am basically.
You don't know, seriously, we're hairy guys. You don't know the you don't,
Yeah, it gets
you
to
don't
summer,
know
right?
about this shit.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm basically a silverback gorilla.
You know, I was talking, we were walking around town and I was talking to you about, like, underneath this t-shirt I am wearing a full suit of my own sweat.
Yep.
No, that's something I do not know about.
Yeah, seriously, dude. Once you get a bit hairy, you know, once you become a man,
Yeah, about that.
No chance of that happening then.
yeah, you got to shampoo. I mean, right? Without getting, you know, pervy or anything, do you shampoo your pubes?
No.
I don't know. I'm not
I
even.
do.
I'm not going into this conversation. No, okay, I will. 'Cause I know what I'm saying. I don't. I just use soap down there, but
No, I use shampoo.
fair enough.
Well, shampoo is designed to clean hair, plain and simple.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So I use it to clean hair. I don't use it for my ass crack because that's what toilet paper's for.
Anyway,
Yeah, we were talking
romantic
about
games.
and Necromunda. Yeah,
Talking of stuff clinging to
a
buttholes.
few years ago, when Games Workshop even pretended to support Necromunda, like before it was like, no, we don't do that anymore. When they still sold the models and shit, albeit for a ridiculous price.
Look, right from the I mean, you played Necromunda way more than me, but if you compare the dedication that Mantic put into the games that they do,
Yeah, no,
and the games that they keep alive,
Yeah.
because some of their games have been going for ages, relatively speaking, and then you look at how quickly Games Workshop will drop a game.
Yeah, drop it like a sack of shit.
Like, oh, I don't know, Dreadfleet.
Drop it like it's hot.
But yeah, no, I went into the Games Workshop store in town, as opposed to Warhammer World, and it's like, right, fantastic. Do you mind, staff member, if I move all of the building terrain to one of your two tables and move all of the grass and trees and shit off it? Because I'm gonna get a game of Necromunda. And he's like, no, I can't let you do that. And I'm like, what? He's like, no. You're not allowed to play anything on our tables that isn't Warhammer 40,000, or Lord of the Rings. And I'm like, really? Actually, really? He's like, yeah.
You'd be fine at
One world, yeah, one world are cool with anything you want to do, but he was right. And it
from
was
a commercial
right,
standpoint, you can understand it though, surely.
I could understand it if it was Saturday daytime when there's loads of people in there, but this was a weekday daytime when the shop was fucking dead. Me and the person I'd gone in there to play with
can I
were
pass
the
one
only people in the fucking store.
Can I pass one remark upon? No,
Go on.
two remarks upon that. One is right commercially. Obviously, they only want people to play the games they are selling in the shop.
Okay.
Because if you've got someone who walks in and go, oh, that game looks fun, and go, oh yeah, we don't sell that game anymore, right? And one of the Games Workshop's principal target markets is grandmothers and indulgent parents, because they're the only fuckers who can afford all of the price
bullshit.
hike. Well, I mean, Games Workshop stuff's lovely. I've been into it for years.
Yeah, I
But
think we can all agree on that.
fortunately, I've grown up with the price rises and I have a job. But yeah, you know, a 12-year-old kid, they're relying on their parents and their grandparents to actually buy a lot of that stuff. They're going to be going in during the week.
Yeah, okay.
And, you know, Games Workshop aren't going to want to see someone playing a game that they don't sell anymore. However, that's the commercial side. You look at a standard Games Workshop staff member, they're going to always toe the company line, stick to it to the letter, and never use their personal judgment. The only person who can in the Games Workshop store is the store manager, and you may as well just toss a coin, because some of the managers I've met, really cool guys, Yeah, got their head screwed on, and a lot of them are just twats.
Yeah, okay.
Right? And I love it when you can go into a shop and it's just the manager and one of his senior staff in, because you walk in, you go, "You're right, do you want any help?" And you go, "No, I'm fine, I'm just looking," and they leave you alone.
Instead of pester you and go, "Oh, would you like to talk about anything?" No, I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, on the rare occasion that I now go into the Games Workshop, because it fucks me off to go in there, I actually get my girlfriend to run Gauntlet for me and go,
Run interference.
yeah, no, seriously, I say, I want to look at some stuff, I don't want to talk to anyone, they just piss me off and make me want to walk right out, talk to them, because the novelty of talking to a female about gaming will mean that they will talk to you and not talk to me and leave me the hell alone.
I know a lot of people who've just got bugged enough, they've just turned around and gone, "Bye." If they were even about to, even if they had a purchase in hand, they just put it on the table and go, "Nope, you lost that sale."
And someone said to me once, well, you know, they're told to actually talk to people. And I say, yeah, that's fine. So I actually said to someone, "Look, I know you're supposed to talk to people, but I just want to be left alone and just to look at stuff." And he went, "Yeah, okay, but can I just talk to you anyway?" And I'm like, "No, I just want to look at stuff. I've been doing this longer than you. I know more about the game. This game, that game, and the other game. I know more about it than you. I've been doing it for over 20 years. Fuck off. I've been into the hobby longer than you've been alive. Fuck off."
So all you have to do is in customer service is just walk up to someone and go, "If you want to talk about this or you've got any other questions, just give me a shout."
Which is what most of the managers do and their senior staff.
Because they've been there long enough to know that it pisses people off.
Yeah, and ultimately the people you don't want to piss off are the people who are older with the thicker wallets.
And the people that you're actually trying to sell shit to.
Because anybody who buys in bulk, which aren't the people that go into the shops or buy the large stuff, buy it online to get the better.
I mean,
so you go in store to get that personal stuff.
Yeah, or you just pop in to pick up something that you forgot to order online.
Yeah.
And that was the thing with Mantic, because Mantic's stuff's really good. I remember seeing them at an earlier Games Expo quite a few years ago, and they had this really tiny thing, and it's, you know, coming from the same city as them, seeing their business really take off and do some really cool stuff is great, and it's obviously, you know, it's really good for where I come from for employment and stuff like that. So it's, you know, it's really good. And so when they did that opening for Dead Zone or whatever it was called again, and all this other stuff, and it's just in this derelict building, and obviously they'd done their best with it, but it was like, seriously, guys,
fucking Bulwell.
You could at least, you know, still
We had to go to Bulwell.
Well, they're based in Bulwell. I mean, their place is, you know, was round the corner.
True.
But
it still made me have to go to Bulwell.
More like Dulwell.
More like bullshit. Well.
But yeah, I mean, they should have just like gone, yeah, we're just not going to charge people to get in, because it was awful.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that horse has been well and truly flogged.
That was a half an hour segment on Mantic and tabletop gaming in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still feels like a lot has been unsaid.
Alright, well, let's talk about the latest Warhammer 40,000 release then.
Oh my god. Oh look, let's fucking release a new edition to try and fix up the patchy shit mess that was sixth. What do we start with? How do we balance this game better?
Let's rename everything so we can't sue anyone anymore.
Let's just fucking throw that force organisation chart out the window so you can just play with an entire fucking army of of fucking independent characters. Yeah, let's just do that. That'll be fun. That'll make a balanced game.
Yeah, but you know why?
Fuck right off.
You know why, don't you?
I'm taking my hat off and throwing it on the fucking floor in protest.
You know why that is though, don't you?
It's to encourage people to fucking buy armies of the more expensive models.
No, it's even simpler than that, right? There is no reason... Right, I like Blood Angels.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got Commander Dante and Mephisto.
Yeah, you can have 20 of each of them.
Let me...
And that's an army.
Let me see what I'm going to say.
Yes.
Drink your horrible Polish beer and open my bottle of delicious English beer. Seriously, Sam, what's wrong with you drinking English beer? Don't you like England?
Well, for...
Ooh!
Well... Show
Anyway,
me
oh,
where in
right.
the corner shop just around the corner.
Dude,
where I can
I'm taking
get,
the mic.
Just
Shut it.
You
Shut
mentioned
up.
game. You mentioned 7th edition. It got me all riled up.
Right. So I like Blood Angels.
Yeah.
Right. So I've got a couple of tactical squads and assault squad and stuff like that. So I've got Mephiston and Commander Dante. So in any normal game, pretty much you were never going to use those characters. Yeah. Same as with when Apocalypse, was it called Apocalypse, came out?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I mean, unless you were playing a specific set of special rules, there was no reason for you to own some of the models unless you thought they were cool and that you were going to play them with your friends.
Although they've right in the patchy mess that was 6th, they sort of slowly brought in the super heavy stuff as normal game shit, so you can take it in a normal game.
But have you not considered, right? So let's say I've got an Imperial Guard, although it's changed its name now because
Astra Militarius, sir.
well, of course, because then
Because you can't copyright Imperial Guard.
in the same way you can't copyright Space Marine.
Well, they try very hard. I mean, there was that fucking
there's-
mess with trying to stop other people using it in books. What, you go fucking sue, like, all
Yeah,
of the fucking... Oh, just fuck
Dude,
off, Games Workshop.
Dude.
Sorry.
Right, so let's say you're playing me, right? And so you've got a tank battalion,
Yeah.
versus 4 Commander Dantes,
Yeah.
yeah, and then you just open up with a whole load of siege template weapons, right? And you roll your bucket full of dice, right? More fool me for just having 3 characters. You know, you're going to wipe me out. So I just think it's just going to, it will balance itself. Yes, you can have a bullshit army,
But then
and then if you're a shit at the game, you will have a bullshit army, and it will just not work.
No, but then, by the same token, you can, what you said with your tank battalion, you now don't have to have any supporting troops to support your stupid tank army. You can take all fucking Lehman Russ demolishers. You can be the hugest. You can be the hugest prick on earth. And
So what?
And have like all
So
Lehman
what?
Russ Punishers, which all have 20 shots
Yeah,
on their
fine.
main gun, and just go, oh, I'm just going to roll each of these dice individually.
Yeah, but so what?
Well, I
mean-
suppose that just leads to you having no friends.
Well, aside from that, I mean,
I suppose. Well, aside from that, I mean, you can't have had friends and I don't know reasonable parents to even consider doing that in the first place because you're obviously some kind of psychopath.
I can't offer anything to this conversation, by the way.
Because you don't keep up with this news.
I don't keep up with the new stuff. No.
No, that's because he's always looking
I'm-
at hair adverts.
And the moment you guys start talking about graphics cards, I'm gonna go for a rage shit because of how much Games Workshop annoys me. Because I'm gonna offer even less to that conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. You and your 40 quid Windows XP machine.
It works, doesn't it? Lets me get on the Facebooks.
Yeah. Yeah. About that.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah, you looking at the
Seriously,
6-button Mega Drive controllers there.
That's,
Some-
that's for the Sega Mega Drive 2, not the Sega Mega Drive
some of the
1.
some of the new
fuck's
models
sake.
for the Astra Militarum, whatever they are.
I like the Knights. The Knights look really cool.
I do not like that. It looks like one of the old World War II half tracks.
Oh, the weird little battle tractor. I don't know what it's actually called, but it looks like a tractor that someone's nailed a load nailed a load of armour to.
What subgenre of redneck are you in now?
Still Warhammer 40,000.
Okay.
We're just saying
But-
that some of their new models need.
Well,
need a
this
little
does
bit
look
to be
like
desired.
something an army of rednecks would put together. It is a tractor someone has nailed armor plates to, and I sort of like it because it looks a bit goofy.
Yeah,
So
but
I
that's
like-
because you're an orc player, and that is basically
No, and
I'm just going to stick armor plates
I
to
like-
everything with super glue and
but
then
I like a lot
whack a
of
nail through it.
I like a-
spray it black and say it's painted.
I like a lot of World War II tanks because they look a bit weird and like they and like they shouldn't really work as a battlefield weapon.
German World War II tanks, yeah, not.
No, the French ones are cool. The
What? Because they're faster in reverse.
oh snap!
Although we did just get off the 40k topic, so I'm trying to look at the booklet. What's next?
Well, so, I hear,
D&D.
oh, I hear that there is some new One of you said that there was some new
The
D&D.
new edition of D&D. Yes.
Yeah, do you want to bring that up on the
I will have
interwebs
a
just
quick
to make
look
it?
D&D.
Well, first off, your favourite edition.
Second,
Oh, Magic the Gathering's the latest 2015, the latest edition's out now.
man, it is tiring keeping up with Magic the Gathering stuff. It is like it's effort to keep up with that shit.
Only if you play in a comic book shop, because otherwise you just use whatever cards you want.
Well, yeah, exactly. I run a.
Well, no, because you can't use the card. Because the cards I want to use are 500, 600 fucking quid a card.
Yeah, you with your stupid printed deck.
That's the funniest fucking deck there is.
I'm not saying that it.
You don't even play it anymore because you had a massive Mardi.
Why? I'm not
Because
saying.
nobody wants to have fun.
Right, no, no.
You're fun
everyone
Nazis,
wants-
that's what you are.
Everyone
No, we're
wants
not.
to have
It's
fun.
because you always
no
want to
one-
sit with the light reflecting off your hair so no one can see their cards. Like, what fucking card am I playing now? And you're just like moving your head around trying to reflect
Right,
the
it's
light
just-
into people's
right,
eyes.
We want to have fun. We don't want to play the game you want to play, which is right. Go to the gatherer.com.
Well, thegatherer.com.
Oh,
Seriously,
He's talking
Just put in Gatherer.
this
Gatherer.
sofa you're making me sit on. Oh my god. I'm gonna have.
Imagine that like that. Pow.
There is a big wooden bar across the front, and I'm perched on it in my arse. Just my arse.
Oh well, fucking hell! They've changed how this looks.
Oh yeah, about that. What? What am I doing?
Right.
Magic the Gathering. I'm just clicking
That-
Magic the Gathering.
So
That takes you back to the fucking. Oh, just back up.
Are
Stop being a tool.
you alright there, Sam?
He's still angry
you're getting
from.
quite passionate.
I am.
I can tell by the amount of swearing.
Right, yeah. So that white card that you that makes you start another game.
Yeah.
Find that. Because have you got a copy of it?
Well, I want to see that.
I can't afford a fucking copy of that.
Okay, you've got a pirated, printed out off copy.
I say pirated.
Arr.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Handcuffs.
As a white player, I want to see that.
Handcuffs, censorship,
It's wrong, and you
checks
can
and balances,
fuck right off.
bureaucracy. Just explain that card while I
Bureaucracy
find
can
it.
Piss off.
Chaos confetti.
Yeah. How can you read this printout? Seriously.
Basically, it's saying you have to make an action, and the person next to you has their turn and makes an action, your action and their action, and it carries around until someone forgets the order, and then you probably kick them in the nuts. I think I can't remember the punishment. for
See,
how
if you
get
were
it
to
wrong.
play me with this card, I'd say because you can't read it, you can't play it.
Charizard.
That's the one.
Charizard.
That one just.
Do you want to read
it
that out for the people?
Just drags
Well, I'll
games.
try to.
Block.
Players must leave game in progress as it is and use the cards left in their libraries as decks
Yes.
with which to play a sub-game of Magic.
Sub
When sub-game is over, players shuffle these cards, return them to libraries, and resume game in progress. Your printer started to screw up here.
Yeah.
With any loser of sub-game halving his or her remaining life points, rounding down.
That's it. I mean, I've bought a lot of Magic cards.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
haven't got-
Your,
I have-
old, your
I-
old collection
I get-
is pretty impressive.
I get the.
Before you gave it to Adam.
But I get
Why'd
the.
you give it to Adam?
Because he got fucked off with
Yeah,
playing
it's
Magic
fucking-
and was just like, you
It's
still
like
like this
the
game.
cards I would
have
get.
everything.
The cards I would get wouldn't give me the game I wanted to get. Wanted to play, and the game I wanted to play was stupid crap like
Yeah,
that.
because the game you want to play is like pyramiding sub games.
Well, no, because you've got giant fan and handcuffs where you have to keep both hands touching while you're playing a game of Magic.
Well, that's
They're
ridiculous.
sub rules. It's chaos
Lex has
blue.
got a card where you have to say everything in a stupid voice.
Right, seriously,
Yeah.
this is the...
Yeah,
the
why not?
Those are rules for 10-year-olds.
And
Yeah,
You're-
go wash
you're-
your hair.
you're a little bit drunk.
Yeah, right, seriously, the silly sets like they're like unglued. I mean, I can't fucking stand that shit. I wanna play a balanced game that's fun because I'm playing an actual balanced competitive game, not one where you're just doing stupid crap. And that Charizard, whatever it is That's not even from one of the stupid sets. That's from one of the actual serious sets.
Precisely.
And
Someone turned around and went, "This
this
is a good idea."
And that person hopefully got fired because it was a terrible idea.
But back to the question at hand, D&D.
Yes, there's apparently some new D&D. For me, D&D died after second because second is just
Well, you had
it's perfect, and I will hear
with the broken wizards.
like wizards aren't like seriously. Wizards, yeah, they can put out so much damage, but if you've got a reasonable DM who lets you do things that aren't written down as an actual thing, you essentially walk up to them and just bear hug them and pick them up, or fucking
Your wrestling moves.
or just grab one hand and stop him using an arm. It says that you've got to have complete freedom of body movement to cast spells because of like whole body movements. You just hold them slightly, or push a table up to them, and it stops them casting, and then they're fucking useless then. They turn from
that's
this total nightmare of destruction and I can alter the world into somebody
table nudging hell.
yeah, somebody ineptly flailing at a fucking table in front of
Poke him in the
them.
ribs with a stick, and
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh fucking Jesus!"
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? It's like they're really damaging, but if you think about what you're doing, they're like, oh, this is so easy to get out. Kick him in the balls, then he's not casting anymore for the next fucking entire fight because he's on the floor going, oh shit, oh I can feel this right up into my ribs. Oh god, oh man. Oh, I wish I wish I hadn't got out of bed this morning. Oh man, this is the worst thing.
Alright, while you guys were, just talking about MTG and D&D,
Yeah.
I was just running some calculations, because obviously...
You just mathed something out, didn't you?
I was just mathing something up, because the World Cup's on at the moment, and I discovered 0 fucks were given about the World Cup.
So yeah, the world, I don't give a shit.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to put a prediction down now. Spain are going to beat Brazil 1-0.
I don't even care.
I've said it. It's now.
Spain
Legit.
are gonna. I don't care against.
Oh, I do know
It's the
World Cup
14th.
joke.
It's the 14th of the 6th.
I know a World Cup joke, because someone put it on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm just D&D. Second was fucking excellent. It is. And you know what makes second even better? It was the addition that Baldur's Gate ran off, which is Baldur's Gate 2 is the finest game.
Icewind Dale.
Icewind Dale was also run off second, but Baldur's Gate is one of the finest games made by human hands.
I think D&D has some merits over Baldur's Gate.
Well, yeah, because you've got an actual DM instead of a computer that you can't go,
See,
I'm going to do
sorry,
this
I'm gonna-
thing you haven't thought of yet.
I'm going to argue bullshit on that. Total
What?
Annihilation is the finest game
I didn't
ever
say
made.
the finest, I said one of the finest.
I don't care.
Because
Don't care.
TA's up there
Don't
with
care.
it.
Don't care.
Anyway,
Don't care.
Neverwinter, Icewind Dale.
Yeah.
Oh, what else is on the list for us to rant about?
Go on.
Oh yeah, Simon's Future Moon Talk. Well, I won't bother with that. We got sandwiches.
Have your moon talk.
My Moon Talk.
Speak your future language.
Oh yeah, you're about to talk about some tech. Right, I'm going for shit then.
And
Have
you-
a go with that.
See,
I
Sam?
probably understood what you said, but I wasn't listening.
Bloody hell, he has actually gone for a dump as well, hasn't he?
It's gonna be a good 10 minutes.
Yeah. It's class all the way.
Oh yeah.
Right, let's take a sweepstake on how he describes it when he gets back. I bet you he's going to say food rope.
He does like saying food rope.
He does.
Alright, go on.
Yeah, so we were talking about you getting a new graphics card so you can play some of the more modern games to carry on doing some reviews.
Yeah.
So what was your budget originally?
It was 300 to 350.
Yeah. So, ignoring the Nvidia AMD wars and shit, we were looking at what, the 770 and the 290?
Yes, 770 and the Radeon 290.
So which one have you
R9.
decided to go for?
I went for the R9.
Any reason why?
The recommendations. I always go when I'm spending a lot of money on tech for reading all the comments, reading as much as I can.
Yeah.
And it came with quite a few reviews from was it Hexus was one of the reviewers for
Yeah, it was, yeah.
for the graphics card, and Scan Computers was the website I got it from,
Yeah.
which is one of the ones you recommend the most.
Yeah, so for anyone in the UK, because obviously we're trying to do more games reviews, trying to just upgrade our hardware a bit, and Dwight's come into a little bit of cash, so I recommended he take a look at Scan. Now there's a couple of sites that operate in the UK. The two big ones that I can think of are Overclockers and Scan, and you can pretty much play them off each other for what deals they have each week and stuff like that, but personally I get most of my stuff from Scan. I just had mostly good experiences. There were a couple of times a few years ago, but since then everything's been smooth sailing.
Yeah, I mean you are going to get problems with tech, because high end tech does come with a cost of every now and then you'll buy something, it take a while to get to you, and then it doesn't work. Because I bought my first power supply unit for this PC was a 450 watt. I got it back, put it in the I didn't have a graphics card at the time, so it just needed to run the bare essentials. The power supply unit didn't even turn on, and it just took it back to the store.
Yeah.
It's like, what's going on here? It's like, oh yeah, it's dead. It doesn't even work.
So one thing I do like that Scan do, and I mean it's only like an extra couple of quid, is if you're buying something that you're not quite sure about, you're doing a self-build for the first time or you're doing some upgrade stuff, you can actually buy installation insurance. So if you do screw it up, if you do blow up the power
excellent
supply,
idea. I didn't even realise that was a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've never had to use it, but I've always paid for it because, there's just that moment when someone bursts into the room, and you spill something or, you put a connector...
Accidents happen.
Yeah, exactly, or, postman drop kicks it through your front door, that kind of stuff.
He's had an off day, and
yeah. So going back to the graphics card, so you've gone for the 290, so the R9 290. That's an AMD card, and
because I'm pretty new, pretty much a noob when it comes to technology, and I didn't realise AMD graphics cards could work on an Intel motherboard. That's
how new you were.
Yes,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I thought you needed an AMD motherboard. AMD. I thought there were two separate different things, but yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's one of those things. I mean, you don't know till you know. You know until you look into it.
If you don't ask, you don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Luckily, I've got you to ask for stuff. But I mean, when you go to places to look for reviews on things, who do you turn to for?
I tend to. There's a couple of good magazines in the UK. One is Custom PC, so I'll tend to check that out. And like any other magazine, they'll do a run. So 1 month it'll be power supplies, 1 month it'll be whatever.
Because the last one I picked up did motherboards, which I thought they were going to do a graphics card version, but that was a few issues ago.
Yeah, exactly. So and they'll do SSDs and stuff like that. But there's a couple of sites on the internet that do pretty good reviews, and for me, one of them is Hexus. So
which I hadn't heard of before.
Yeah. So if you're in the market to get some new tech to help playing some games, I definitely recommend checking. If you're in the UK anyway, check out Overclockers and Scan. But regardless of where you are, I'd definitely check out Hexus and check out their reviews, because they will do RAM, graphics cards, motherboards, the whole shooting match.
I mean, because like that, you say with Hexus, they do all the different aspects. But when it comes down to, let's say, testing memory, it's the in-depth bits of the memory that you need to know. The
thing as well, though,
tiny difference between each individual.
Let's be honest. If all you're going to do is play games, right? You fall into two camps. Is it fast enough that I get the resolution that makes it fun, or do I have the money to go, I want that extra 2% and I want to know what the 2% difference is, and I'm happy to pay an extra 100 quid for it? Because I just want my games to look nice, and I'll spend middle of the range price on it because the rest will go on beer. you
a
know,
bit beer to enjoy during the game.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But you know, there are people who go into it into the nth degree, and they want to get all the water cooling, and you know, do all the the extra lookup stuff, so they can
Bells
find out.
and whistles.
Yeah, so they can find out about all the overclocking. That's not my bag. I want to know, out of the box, is it going to run my stuff smoothly and quickly, or am I going to have to spend 2 weeks trying to tweak it? Because I'm too busy. I haven't got time to tweak shit. I'll spend an extra 20 quid not to do all of that.
Yeah, because that's one of the reasons why I do spend the extra when I can and buy the nicer things, is because when it comes to it, it's got the extra bits. It's got, I say with the Xbox, when I went and bought my first Xbox 360, I got the Elite because I wanted a decent sized hard drive, because I assumed later on in the gaming life during the console that I would either need to
Download more porn.
well, but at that point the DLC was coming into, you're funny. DLC was coming into its own, and you need hard drive space for that. So I went for the Elite instead of the arcade. A4 space and multimedia stuff, because it had videos and stuff like that, and music, and so I can download the extra stuff for games and stuff. If I didn't have got that then, if I hadn't got that then, sorry, I would have had to sell that off and then upgrade that later on and pay extra.
Yeah, I mean, it's different in the PC world, because you figure out what you can afford, and then stretch your budget by an extra 20 to £30. That's basically always been the rule for me in getting anything to do in the PC land. Because when we originally spoke, you said, "Oh yeah, 250 to 300," and you would have got a 2 gig card.
Yeah.
But straight away, you said, "I want to run a couple of displays and maybe a big display." It's like, well, realistically, you're going to have to spend an extra 20 quid and get a 4 gig card.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's worked out for you. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. When it comes, I'll definitely be playing about with it. And
Yeah, I mean, that would be a subject in another podcast, I suppose. You know, your
yeah,
experience
how did it go? Yeah.
Because it's not the top of the range one.
It's not it, but the top of the range one is about £2,000 though, isn't it? Top of the range.
Well, I mean, for a gamer, you're looking at what, the 780 Ti now, and the R9 290X.
So the Intel 780 Ti.
No, that's an Nvidia. So that'd be an Nvidia 780 Ti.
Yeah.
Nvidia just announced another card that's like a dual version of their Titan or whatever it is.
Titan.
The Titan, which is more going into the compute area than the gaming area.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, for what it is.
For your high end military grade aspects. Or
to be fair, I mean,
large algorithms.
Let's be honest. When it comes to graphics cards, realistically, in my mind, there's no, unless you're trying to win points with, you know, the gamer next door, there is no point spending a shit ton of money on the very latest card when you can get one that will run games for the next 3 years for £200-300 less. So you could get a 780 Ti and, you know, be like, oh, 780 Ti, all about it. Or you could spend 300 quid less and get the R9 290, and that will serve you for the next 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, I don't do the coding, the large drains on graphical resources that a high-end graphics card would.
Well, I mean, are you going to play Far Cry 3 on the 4K monitor at the maximum resolution?
Maybe.
And when you do, you'll upgrade your card, and until then, you can spend £200 or £300 less.
Yeah.
Talking of Far Cry, you guys seen Far Cry 4 is coming out?
No.
I have not.
All I've done is look at the apparently there's some more information, but all I've seen is the like standard teaser image of like the front cover with the flamboyant man in his fabulous suit with his head on some bitch.
Fucking Saints Row, Jesus Christ!
Well, you're just saying that because it's purple. Not everything that's purple is.
The stance he's got. It's just so fucking
What?
Saints Row.
How is that? What, that he's sitting in a fucking chair?
No, he's the attitude he's got around it. The way it's displayed. The colour we've got.
Have you ejected any of your rage out of your body?
Yes, I went for a rage crap. I don't hate Games Workshop as much as I did.
Was it sustaining? Was it substantial?
It was. Anyway.
Oh, we're not going to play the sweepstake, are we? Right.
What?
Oh, he didn't describe it though, did he?
No.
Oh, were you talking about if I was gonna come back and tell you about the details of my poo?
Yes.
Yeah.
We expected as much, to be honest with you, but I think we were very deep in conversation about graphics cards.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you didn't bother.
No.
We've been polite,
Um,
surprisingly.
Yeah. How was it?
not even saying. We're not going into it now. You ruined it. You ruined any chance you had.
Yeah, we had our chance and blew it.
That looks horrible.
Well, apparently it's in the Himalayas.
So
instead
you're
of
gonna
Ireland
hang on.
this time.
Right. So Crytek it is Crytek, isn't it?
Did
was
Crytek
Crytek.
even make it anymore?
Well, it'll be using the Crysis engine, won't it?
No, it looks like it is. What and
Well, just hit up the Wikipedia for Far Cry, and
yeah,
it'll
well, no,
fucking
Far
say.
Cry was Crytek.
Yeah, and
But-
then
It'll
like
still be using the Crysis engine. I'm sure of it.
who fucking knows?
I would play the trailer, but
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 But we're doing a podcast.
yeah,
oh yeah, so
So-
we are.
we'll have to talk about this another time when we've got some more information regarding it.
But yeah, talk about Far Cry another time. But
Yeah.
I don't think you can. I mean, obviously you don't like the cover, but that doesn't mean that the latest.
You've got to judge a book, but yeah.
Because
But-
I mean, Far Cry 3
Yeah.
was shit hard,
Anyway, you can judge a book by its cover.
and you can judge that is not
Right, the picture.
a
I'm
dog.
I'm not even
a
going to bring
book
it
about
up.
Spot the dog.
I'm not even going to bring it up. But the picture for Far Cry
Oh yeah, the
3.
author of Spot the Dog. He's dead.
I heard, yeah.
So go on then.
Also,
Dwight.
Rick Mail, tragedy.
Yes, and that is a. Because I grew up on Rick Mail. Rick
Yeah.
Mail was one of the main reasons
Yeah,
why I
apparently,
found a lot of
apparently
things
it was
funny.
you know, he'd been in a quad accident years ago, and he's
Yeah,
never fully
never
Yeah, I
been
think
recovered.
he had a stroke, I think it was, and basically
What is that what he died of?
no, he had a stroke at the time,
Oh, okay.
and he never fully recovered from the stroke, and he had some side effects.
It's
from
a real
it.
shame. I mean, it was what 56.
Yeah, yeah.
So you know, that's still relatively quite young. I mean,
Yeah.
Very, very, very funny man.
Right, now there's the picture for Far Cry 3. It's got the bad guy
It's just some
on his
emo,
arse on a beach.
It's some emo dude. Right.
Have you ever played it? He's pretty. He's
But he
proper
does
badass.
look.
He's
He
proper-
does. He does right there look like.
He looks like a fucking badass.
No, I'm not. No. He does look like some fucker who you'd meet in some of the pubs I drink in. But oh no, man, there was.
Well, he doesn't look like a young Swinno.
He does not look like a young Sweno. Seriously,
Right,
there
no,
was
hang on. Right, we need to explain.
No,
who's
no, we
Swinno.
don't. We
You
don't
do need to
right now.
explain
Oh,
who's
come
Swinno.
on, I can't be asked with that.
You're not going to explain who Swinno is.
I can't be fucked. He's a guy in a pub that I drink in who.
Oh, is that the big guy?
The big guy, yeah, the hardest
Jesus
man in
Christ.
Snanton.
He's like you.
That is the title
Sam,
that
Sam.
he's given himself.
Sam, he's you 20 years from now.
Well, and like 2 foot taller.
That's 20 years worth of drinking ahead of you.
That's 20 years worth of steroids.
Yeah.
What? No, that's just
As
alcohol.
in, I'd have to get a lot fucking bulkier to be
No, that's just 20 years
Oh
of
come
beer.
on, he's got guns.
Anyway, so yeah,
Yeah, right.
Far Cry 4.
Rick
Rick Mail. You're getting better at that, sir. You're getting better. Simon's Future Moon Talk has been talked about. Had a brief outing into Far Cry 4.
Yeah,
Sorry,
until
Saints Row. No. Far Cry 4.
Oh yeah, Civ. The latest Civ game's coming out soon. Hopefully, well, there's a lot more hype about it.
Civ 5 was the last one out, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's now Civ After Earth, which just makes me think of that stupid Will Smith film.
No, I'll tell you why that came about. Is because when you tech on Civ 5
Yeah,
and you
go
get to the end
Alpha
bit,
Centauri,
when you get to the end bit, you're
which
like,
has been the purpose of all of the Civ games, and then you have the Alpha Centauri game. It's just a remake of Alpha Centauri. That's what it is.
Yeah, but what
And all
what
this
people
hype
should take
about Alpha Centauri.
what people should take from this sort of stuff is
A big
how-
food rope.
what's the what was the game I said the other day? Not Crisis. Wireframe one that Eve Online was made.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Eve.
Eve came from a particular Wireframe
Elite.
Elite.
Yeah,
That's the one. Yeah, where what Elite was and what EVE Online is now.
It's nothing compared to the latest version of Elite that is being built as we speak.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did the Kickstarter. I told you about this. I did the Kickstarter for it.
I don't remember you telling me.
the
Was
latest-
I drunk
When are you not?
when I've got hangover.
So the latest version of Elite is currently being built, right? Elite Dangerous. My word, does it look amazing.
Oh, is that the one where you're the little starship, you land on the planet and you...
My word, that does look pretty cool.
It looks...
There's a load of stuff. I mean, I didn't pay to get into the beta because I couldn't afford it at the time. But part of me wishes now that I had.
Paid.
But it's all
Paid
part of the,
betas can fuck off.
yeah, but it's for the Kickstarter, isn't it? So there's just ways of generating more revenue to put more stuff in the game.
They're making you pay to do their game test. That's a thing people.
you're not really doing
a
the game
company
testing, though,
usually
are they?
pays you for.
All you're
shut
doing is
up.
just testing original networking. That's pretty much all it's for. You don't do any of the game testing. You're just like, oh, this messed up. But you never really message them or
Right,
anything about
let's
it.
put it this way. When did Microsoft notice most of the bugs in Windows, realistically? When they've got 30 million people using it. Because there's only so...
30
There's,
million people doing 30 million different things with it.
yeah, because there's only so far you can go, right? I mean, it's the same with a lot of these AAA games. There's only so far that 5 testers in a room can do on their own. You need lots and lots of people motivated, going, yeah, we're going to play the shit out of
Because
this.
dupes and bugs are one of the main causes
Yeah.
of things, and that it comes from overstress of a game.
Yeah, you know, just simulating realistic load on the servers and stuff like that. But yeah, Elite Dangerous looks absolutely wonderful.
Oh,
I cannot
so-
wait to play
So
it.
I'm actually just going to go back to right. So yeah, I agree with you. You need beta testing. No, maybe you can't afford as a studio to pay your beta testers, but I think trying to get your beta testers to pay for the privilege of games
it wasn't
testing
like that. It wasn't like that.
is bullshit.
It was part of a Kickstarter level. It wasn't the only.
Yeah, because you get
Kickstarter level.
as Kickstarter stuff, you get rewards for
It wasn't
chipping
the
in,
only
basically.
thing in that level. It was part of it. Don't take the way I've put it across as gospel. It was just as part of the Kickstarter thing. I couldn't afford to get access to the beta. It wasn't like it was the only thing at that level. There was a whole bunch of other stuff.
No,
as well.
I think any type of it not just being a free sign up process is essentially horse shit.
See, if you had a free sign-up process sort of thing, and then you had ratings on people that used your game and who actually went along and did specific things, and basically you rated the players you got freely to test your
Actually, can
thing.
you bring up the Kickstarter page because I've probably remembered this wrong.
Well,
and
before we
any
go
of our 10 listeners who
Yeah,
You
Who
guys
go
are cool, by
actually
the way.
give a crap about
You mighty 10.
top 10,
yeah.
top job.
We'll probably see that I've remembered it wrong and they start taking the mick out of me for it.
But before we do that, go to elite.frontier.co.uk and have a look at the web.
Yeah, because seriously, you need to get if you
elite : dangerous. just to put
Are
that
you
in.
gonna so you fly a spaceship, right?
You
So-
by the looks of it, you
I
do
know, no,
everything.
no,
So
stop.
there you're flying into the danger zone.
that barely covers the ridiculously of your question.
Sorry, I just
Barely.
$1.5 million pounds. Like, dollars. We've been watching too much stuff online. That's what that
Right,
is.
so scroll down the goals. Keep going.
Hang on, before that, take a ship and 100 credit.
Because I got my commander name.
You got your commander name.
Yeah, and I got
Pledge $15 or more.
I think I did the
Pledge
30
$20 or
quid one.
more. $25 or more. 30 quid or more. Reserve a digital copy of the game plus all
actually
rewards
I
above.
think I did
Well, you get
in
all the rewards above as well.
yeah, so I did one where I get to start in a certain place. I can't remember which one it is.
Imperial
now.
Bounty Bounty, £32.
Keep going down. Keep going down.
35, download a digital copy. 37, Federal Trader. 40, your name forms part of the name
Yeah, so a lot of the
database.
rewards were about starting in certain places with bonus rewards and stuff like that.
42, Pirate.
There we go. They're the £50 one.
50 quid.
It's the second round private beta, plus all the other rewards, and it was an extra £5
Yeah.
to do the private beta.
You get all the rewards above, so you got plus all The music,
The novel,
extra-
Yeah,
choosing where to start. And
Private
everything.
beta. So what as a game development?
Second round, well, basically you're testing it. Then the second round is you've polished off most of the bugs. You're not going to get fucking polygon bullshit every now
You
and
get
then.
to play the game early for a £5.
Yeah, I can understand why it's good from a point of view of buying it, but from an actual development point
It's like
of
making
view.
a sandwich. Round one is you've got all the ingredients on a board.
No, but from a development point of view, making that round of beta testing private, how is that helping?
It's not really helping though, is it? It's just getting the voice out there. It's like people who try and buy stuff from you instead of paying you in money, try and pay you in exposure.
Okay,
They're buying exposure by letting you in for a
Okay,
fiver more. to
well,
go,
I think I can
look
shut.
at this shit in game.
I think we can shut up about this now because I think that this is just we're getting to flogging a dead horse point.
$60 physical DRM free
this
box
stripper,
edition.
right? He
Oh,
runs
that's
up,
nice.
he runs into this park and he runs past these two old nuns. Yeah,
Yeah.
one had a stroke, the other couldn't reach.
Anyway, let's have a look at what are some of the more expensive ones. For 500 quid, have a space station named after you. There are 137 people that are going to
Yeah.
have their space stations named. Of 250 space
Go
stations.
down to
in
the
game.
bottom one, right?
Hang on. 1,500. Be a Commander Jameson. Have a reserved commander name. First come, first served on the 4 names.
So you can have a star system named after you.
Or
4,500. The Writer's Pack. The right to write one piece of written fiction set in the Elite Dangerous world.
Go to the £5,000 one
Excellent. £5,000. Name the Secret Founders system.
and have dinner. You can have dinner with the developers for £5.
Dinner with myself and the key team members.
you know that one sounds a lot less cool than the ones
What, with
that are
dinner with
for-
David Braben, you ignoramus.
Just like dinner. That lasts
hang on.
one evening.
33% in the room know what that name he just said means.
Yeah.
Yeah, the correct 33%.
Shouldn't 100% people know?
Right, so you know the game Elite and the game Frontier. Yeah, David Braben, he's the guy who did those.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's the person behind Elite Dangerous.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Frontier, right, on the
You
Amiga.
go to a meeting, you give a cheeky hand job under the table.
So
Just out of respect. Just.
Please don't ever respect me, Dwight.
Okay. That ain't gonna happen. What does name the Secret Founders system?
there's what does it say?
This includes all the benefits of a £3,000 pledge tier.
So a system. Do you think that might mean a star system?
No, that was higher up.
Dwight, it's the same thing,
Okay.
but that's just one specific one
Do you think there might be a secret system?
that has some kind of founders on it.
Oh, so if you're
And
one
it
of the
might-
founders,
might-
you get to access the
Oh,
secret system.
I think all that hair conditioner is damaging the conductivity of his brain.
I think.
Alright, I'll tell you what, we've got 13 minutes left. I'm going to go for a piss. You guys find something to talk about other than Elite Dangerous, which looks amazing.
It does. Seriously.
that
Check it
book.
out. Go to the website Dwight mentioned.
Check it out on Kickstarter as well.
Yeah. Obviously the Kickstarter's closed. It's been closed for ages, but you'll get there's a load of development videos on there. It's well worth checking out. If you even remotely into space stuff of any kind, just looking at the videos alone should just be really exciting.
Oh, what else are we gonna fucking talk about then? Now that Dwight's gone off to toilet land.
Dwight?
Yeah. Talk more about his hair.
No, that's flogging a dead horse.
It is, but it is so luxurious and smooth. Anyway.
No, there's just right. So
but
you
no,
don't
we're
know-
not. What you know? How
No,
we
it's
said
like-
we're not talking
I'm not
about
talking about
it.
Dwight now. I'm talking
Good.
about, so you go right. I go to the gym,
Yes.
do my stuff,
Yeah.
go back to the changing rooms,
Yeah.
right, and then right couple of real life situations that I've had. Right, so there's this guy, right, and he's wandering around in flip flops. Don't get me started on flip flops because I fucking hate flip flops.
There's
right?
nothing wrong with flip flops when you're at the beach.
Okay. Anyway.
There's a time and a place for things. The time and the place for flip flops is the beach.
So he's wandering around, right?
The time and the place for Crocs is never and nowhere.
In the changing room in flip flops, right, with his towel around his waist and his baseball cap on backwards, trying to look cool. He decides.
I will note right here that I've got a backwards baseball cap on.
Yeah. So after wandering around for a little while, talking to all his mates, doing all the I'm cool bullshit, he decides to dry himself. Whips off his towel, so he's now butt naked. He's drying himself. I'm just like, seriously, God, you're such a prick. Because he gets the towel. And he spends 5 minutes drying his dick.
He's at that point not just a hand job.
And I'm just like...
He's just having a tummy tank.
What?
Who's having a tummy tank?
Because
whatever this is, at that amount of time, you've clearly had a tummy tank finished and going for round 2.
Yeah, and there's the maximum. More than 3 taps and it's a wank.
More than 3 minutes and...
But there was this other guy... And I wanted to... he was in the way because he was stood in front of the mirror.
admiring himself.
I don't know. He was just... He was inspecting each muscle to make sure that it bulged enough. Right? But he was stood there with a towel around his waist, doing all of that. Right? And then he rubbed all this moisturiser into his body. Like, you're in your early 20s. Why the fuck do you need moisturiser?
Maybe he's got dry skin.
I will give you some information on this.
Just cover yourself in. Well, anyway, right? And then
cover yourself in what?
Whatever fucking gack you like. I don't want to see it. But
I don't know. You sound like you had some advice there. Like you were saying about like cover yourself in lard. I don't know.
No, seriously.
Cover yourself in Marmite and throw yourself to the dogs.
You don't need moisturiser. You just need to drink water because moisturiser is for dehydrated skin. Most of the time.
So just don't get dehydrated.
Yeah, obviously there are people who have skin conditions who might need it if they have dry skin, but 99% of people
that's the
just drink water. Right, so he stood there after doing that for ages. I'm like, are you still fucking there? Because I wanted to get past him without talking to him because I thought he was odd. He starts drying his hair, which is shorter than mine, right? And then he stood.
Those of you on the internet. That's pretty fucking short.
It's like a number 3, maybe, or maybe a 4.
It is at the moment. I normally have it at 2 mil, right? And he's finished drying his hair, right? And he's drying his body with the hair dryer, right? All of his sculpted muscles, yeah. Hasn't got any body hair, right? And he takes his towel off and he starts hair drying his dick. Seriously, what the fuck are you doing?
You almost just made me spit a mouthful of beer on the floor then when you said that.
I'm just like, oh my god. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, was this your last gym experience? Is this what I walked in on?
Yeah.
I got you.
And I'm just like, and then I see this hair oil, and that's what it makes me think of. That's why I was going on about it. It just falls into that genre of guys who stand in front of the mirror for fucking ages, rub a load of gack inside themselves, and then hairdryer the dicks. Yeah? That is what your hair oil reminds me of. And you're going to be thinking about that the next time you've put a load of conditioner in your hair, and you're sat there for 20 minutes letting it soak into your scalp.
Because I'll tell you what I do think about when I'm putting that hair oil in my hair.
Food ropes.
Mother of God, how can my hair be this far away from my head without it physically breaking some force of the universe? Some force in the universe. I have to bunch it together, comb it till it's eventually flat against my head, like it is at the minute, and it's not flat here, it's out here. And then when I get into a ponytail, this bit here isn't this flat. It's like that. It's like a fucking foxtail. So that oil stops it from doing that.
It's funny though, going around the gym and you get all the you get the guys that you go just to work out, and then you get all your meatheads who, you know, they have to pick up the biggest thing and be seen to be picking up the biggest weights and shit like that. You know, and they try and, you know, big shoulder their way past you and stuff. Like, seriously?
You're a tosser.
Yeah, grow up. And they're the same guys buying all this shitty gack that, you know, all this moisturiser.
Hey, maybe you should go for the big hat and then Like tie it up on the top of your head like a top knot and look like
No.
old school Chris Jericho.
No, because of my slopey forehead, it comes down into a big fringe.
You just
And
tie it a
I look
little
like
bit further
Cousin
back.
Nick.
A little bit further back. Look like Chris Jericho used to.
See,
Everyone
I'm
wants to be
great.
Chris Jericho.
I mean,
Is this or is this not a top knot?
no, that's a ponytail.
yeah.
It's at the back of your head.
Can't get it any higher without it.
But, see, what's under every single ponytail?
A bitch!
I can say an arsehole.
Well, on that note, I think we might end the podcast early. Although it's been an hour and 23 minutes, not including the bit from the time before.
Right, so to summarise, check out X-Wing. It's a great 2-player game. Costs about £25 in the UK.
Yeah, what else were we talking about today?
Check out Elite Dangerous. If
Elite
you're
Dangerous.
remotely into space stuff, even the videos and the screenshots alone should get you excited.
Yeah.
Don't check out the new D&D, just go and get Second Ed because that was the best edition.
Check out Mantix Games.
But don't ever go to one of their open days because it's horse crap. Unless that is they raise their game on that shit.
Be very careful if you decide to play Magic the Gathering that you actually have friends that you want to play Magic the Gathering with.
Yeah, not Sam.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Just
And
hate me because you ain't me.
if you're unsure on a graphics card, make sure you check reviews and comments. Try Hexus.net.
Don't hate while I perpetrate.
And finally, if you use hair oil, you will be fabulous.
I know it, bitch. Hush up.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll get a sponsor, and if it's a hair oil sponsor, I ain't wearing it.
Well, we out.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
First of all, what went through my mind is how stupid am I to actually volunteer for this? It was unbelievably painful.